On today's video, we're going to give you the lowdown on 3 brand new mega neighborhoods that are coming to the Raleigh area. We're also going to tell you why these 3 neighborhoods in particular are special and why they are going to change the Raleigh, North Carolina landscape forever. These are exciting neighborhoods. We can't wait to get into it. These are definitely ground floor opportunities as they're just now getting underway, but we're absolutely convinced based on the size of these neighborhoods and all of the great amenities and of course their locations that these are going to be amazing ground floor opportunities for anyone moving to the area. And in fact, after watching this video, you may change your mind about where in the Raleigh area you want to move to. So first up on the list is Veridia. This is a mega neighborhood in Apex, North Carolina. It is situated on 1,100 acres. Yes, you heard me right. 1,100 acres between Interstate 540 and US 1 in the Apex area. It is a mixed use urban development, very, very walkable, very easy access to be able to get to a lot of things. And it was designed to be this way from the ground up. So why is this such a big deal? Well, beyond the size, we're talking literally 8,000 home sites are going to be in this neighborhood, which means you're going to increase the population of southern Wake County and Apex in particular from 8,000 to say 32,000 people. That's a pretty dramatic increase. But beyond that, this is going to be the home of the second largest freestanding children's hospital in the entire country. It is going to be breaking ground, this hospital, very, very soon. It is a joint venture between Duke University Medical and the UNC Chapel Hill Medical System. Really, really exciting. And what it's already done, because they've announced this project, this hospital project, it's already caused a lot of interest among people wanting to live in Veridia, but also among commercial businesses wanting to move their business to Veridia. So Veridia is going to have a variety of homes. You're talking single family, condo, apartment, townhome, just about anything you can imagine in this neighborhood. Therefore, you're going to end up with a good variety of price ranges for just about anybody's lifestyle and anybody's budget. The developer has not announced the type of homes that are going to be here, sizes of homes, prices, etc. But you can imagine, again, because of the variety of the different kinds of homes, you're going to be talking about a variety of different kinds of prices and budgets, etc. So beyond having 8,000 home sites and the hospital we told you about, there's also going to be some really, really cool neighborhood amenities as well. The developer has set aside 200,000 square feet of restaurant, retail, and commercial space right there in the neighborhood, easily walkable distance to all 8,000 of those homes. And as well, Wake Tech Community College, one of the largest in the state, is going to be putting yet another campus, and it's going to be right there in Veridia. 340,000 square foot campus right there in Veridia. So if you don't wish to go to a major university in the area, you certainly have easy access to Wake Tech if you live in Apex, and certainly if you live in Veridia. They've also allocated space for a future Wake County public school, or schools plural, right there in the neighborhood, making it super, super easy for the kiddos that live in Veridia to easily walk to school, which is really, really a great, great benefit. There's also going to be over 25 acres of dedicated green space right there in the neighborhood. The developer has promised that you will be no more than 5 minutes away from any of the green space in the neighborhood if you live in Veridia. Certainly a place that a lot of people are going to want to move to because of the quality of life. And then layering on top of that, you've got this amazing location. As I said, it's straddling Interstate 540 and US 1, super easy access to the airport, to Research Triangle Park, and really any other part of the Triangle area. And you're also super, super close to everything going on in Apex. Only about 3 miles or 6-minute drive into downtown Apex. There's also plenty of area, restaurants, shops, etc. Really, really close to where Veridia is going to be. For example, Costco is only about 14 minutes away from this location. You can be in downtown Raleigh in only about 23 minutes. The Cocoa Booth Amphitheater in Cary, where lots of really cool concerts and events go on, is only 10 minutes away from Veridia. And the Knights Play Golf Center is only about 9 minutes away. So when can you move into Veridia? Well, construction is initially getting started right now on phase 1 with an expected completion date of that phase of 2029. So ongoing, you're going to be able to be moving into Veridia and experiencing what life is going to be like in this mega neighborhood. Super exciting. Check back with us and we'll be happy to fill you in as progress goes on in Veridia. Next up, we have Ponder, which is a brand new mega neighborhood coming to the area between Wendell, North Carolina and Zebulon, North Carolina. This is another mega master plan community. It's brought to you by the folks who were very successful creating Wendell Falls in Wendell. And again, this is going to be a major development to the area. Why am I saying that? Well, before Wendell Falls came online, Wendell had a population under 6,000 people. Currently, with Wendell Falls almost done, the population of Wendell has swelled to over 17,000 people. So if you can imagine them putting another Wendell Falls in the area, what that's going to do to the population. Likely you're going to end up with another 10 to 12,000 residents in eastern Wake County, which is going to, again, dramatically change what Eastern Wake County looks like, and indeed the entire Raleigh area. So Wendell Falls has brought in a ton of commercial, obviously an increase in the population, but there's tons of new restaurants and shopping and things in Wendell and in the Wendell Falls area. Solely because this mega neighborhood came online, we expect the same thing to happen with Ponder coming online. So again, who is creating this neighborhood? Who are the builders? It's basically the same folks that brought you Wendell Falls. This neighborhood is located along Highway 97, pretty much midway between Wendell and Zebulon, North Carolina. It's going to be a mix of all kinds of properties, single family homes, townhomes, etc. Definitely some apartments there as well, like they have in Wendell. And they're expected to have about 1,900 home sites in this neighborhood when it's all said and done. So you can imagine you're adding, again, about 10,000, 12,000 people to the population of this eastern Wake County area. They say these homes are going to be new-fashioned homes, which in other words means a modern twist on an old-fashioned traditional home. Very similar to what we saw in Wendell Falls and was super successful in Wendell Falls. Right now, they haven't announced any home sizes or number of bedrooms, bathrooms, that sort of thing, but the expected prices in this neighborhood are looking to range between $300,000 and over $900,000. So very similar to what we saw in Wendell Falls. As far as neighborhood amenities go, this is also going to be another huge selling point. Again, very similar to what the developers did in Wendell Falls, creating that amazing clubhouse with pool and tennis and the walking trails and everything that you have quality of life wise in Wendell Falls. They're going to do some very similar things in Ponder. They're promising 120 acres of things like parks and open space, a signature lake, a fishing pond, and access to the river. All told, there's going to be over 2.5 miles of public greenway space in Ponder. And just like Wendell Falls had an amazing amenity center, Ponder is going to have the same level of quality there. The main amenity house will be next to a lake. There'll be a gathering room, a fitness center, just like they had in Wendell Falls, plus outdoor fireplace, pool, pickleball courts, and kayak launch. Basically, part 2 of Wendell Falls. Location-wise, you're about 10-minute drive to downtown Zebulon and about a 14-minute drive to downtown Wendell. Drive times to major shopping, restaurants, etc. include about a 28-minute drive to Costco and about a 28-minute drive to downtown Raleigh. The Robertson Mill Pond Reserve is about 12 minutes away, and the Wendell Country Club is about 17 minutes away. And also the Coastal Credit Union Amphitheater, where tons and tons of live bands and performances happen from national acts. You're about 20 to 25 minutes away from that. And best of all, this neighborhood is already starting to get underway. Pre-sales are expected to begin early 2026, with people being able to move into their homes in late 2026. So before we get into the final neighborhood that's absolutely gonna blow your mind, just a quick reminder, if you're interested in any of these 3 neighborhoods, my team and I have helped tons of people off of our YouTube channel here buy homes in the Raleigh area, we would be most honored to help you as well. You can contact us at the info below. With all that out of the way, let's get to the third neighborhood, and that's Asteria. It's a neighborhood in Chatham County in Pittsboro. This is a joint venture between DMB Development and Story Living by Disney. And so what is Story Living by Disney? This is a division of the Walt Disney Corporation that is built all over the country that are heavily influenced by the philosophies and qualities and character of the Disney Corporation. The first one that came out of the ground is called Cotino. It's in Rancho Mirage, California. And the second one in the entire country is in Pittsboro in Chatham Park. So why is this Asteria neighborhood such a big deal? Well, beyond the fact that it's going to completely change Pittsboro, North Carolina, and that quadrant of the triangle, Asteria is a huge deal publicity-wise for the area. The Walt Disney Company does not just randomly pick areas to put neighborhoods in or do anything in. They've researched the entire country and they've determined that the triangle area is truly one of the fastest growing and most bestest, yes, I said that to be cute, most bestest areas in the entire country. And so they've picked Pittsboro, which is growing leaps and bounds, for their second neighborhood. So obviously this solidifies the Raleigh Triangle reputation for being an amazing place to be, and will therefore be bringing more corporations to the area and more people to the area. So why is this such a big deal for Pittsboro? Well, before Chatham Park, which is the mega neighborhood that Asteria is part of, before Chatham Park came online, Pittsboro had a population of less than 4,000 people. It's expected that by the time Chatham Park is completely done, the population will be in excess of 75,000 people. So 71,000 people growth. That's a pretty big deal for any area, but especially for little Pittsboro in Chatham County, North Carolina. Asteria is expected to have around 10 to 15,000 people that live just in that section alone. So Asteria by itself is double or triple the size of Pittsboro before Chatham Park came online. So you can imagine this is a really big deal for the population and what it's going to be doing to quality of life, number of shops, restaurants, medical, etc. that's going to be coming to Pittsboro. So where is Asteria and Chatham Park located? Well, it's just outside of Pittsboro, North Carolina. It's between US Highway 64 and the Haw River, and it's going to have a tremendous collection of different kinds of homes, just like the other neighborhoods we've talked about: single family apartments, condos, townhomes. And Asteria in particular is going to have in excess of 4,000 lots. A good number of them will be single family homes. There will be a dedicated 55 plus community right there in Asteria. Neighborhood amenities in Asteria are going to be really amazing. There's going to be a killer neighborhood community clubhouse area with like enrichment programs that are led by Disney employees. So you'll be able to go and have continuing education, learn how to do things like pottery and just about anything you could imagine. Also going to be tour groups led by the Disney cast members from Asteria into all parts of the community. There'll also be a community garden and a really extensive trail system, as you could imagine from Disney. Prices in this neighborhood of Asteria are expected to be somewhere between $700,000 and a little bit over $1 million, although no prices have been released so far, but that's kind of based on what we saw in Cotino, which is currently underway now and under construction. Location-wise, Asteria and Chatham Park itself is really nice location, plenty of things to do in the area. For example, downtown Pittsboro is only about a 9-minute drive. The closest Costco is about a 30-minute drive. You can get to downtown Raleigh from Chatham Park and Asteria in about 45 minutes. And the golf club at Chapel Ridge is only about a 12-minute drive. And the Lower Haw River Trail is only about a 12-minute drive away. And of course, there's a whole long list of restaurant options that you can get to in under about 10 minutes. And of course, you're only about 25 to 30 minutes away from everything going on in Chapel Hill with the art galleries, the UNC Chapel Hill continuing education programs, restaurants, shopping, etc. So when can you move into Asteria? Well, There's no official word yet, but they have begun to break ground and get going on the road system inside the neighborhood. Construction is expected to start in 2027, with the first residents being able to move in anticipated early 2028. And incidentally, if Asteria is exciting to you, we already have a long list of folks who've reached out to us based on our other YouTube videos about Asteria. So if you're interested in being in the know and knowing when this neighborhood is coming online, send us your information as well below, and we will be happy to keep you in the loop when Asteria gets going. We're super excited about it. A couple of members of our team are thinking of moving to Asteria. It's a really big deal. So again, if these neighborhoods interest you, or really you're thinking about moving to the Raleigh area in general and would like a little help, our team is happy to provide that help. Contact us at the information below, and we will be happy to get started helping you find your next dream home in the Raleigh area. Check out this video. We think you're really going to like this one as well. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.